Shabbat Shalom. This week I'm coming to you from the most magnificent, special place of the Kotel Hamaravi, the Western Wall in Yerushalayim. And it is this Shabbat, the 17th of Tammuz, that we actually commemorate the breach of the wall, and then 3 weeks later the destruction of the temple on the date of Tisha B'Av. So this year, interestingly, we're not actually going to have the fast of the 17th of Tammuz, the date commemorating the breach of the wall leading to the destruction, because it's Shabbos. And Shabbos supersedes the mourning and the grief. So this Shabbat we actually have the transformation of grief into joy and happiness, which in itself is a very special message. I want to connect it to the storyline in the portion of Balak this week, where Balak, the king of Moab, summonses the chief sorcerer, Bilam, to curse the Jewish people and bring about the destruction, God forbid, of the Jewish people. And Bilam attempts to time and time again to curse the Jewish people, and his curses are transformed into blessing. And in the whole storyline it says, Vayakom Bilam baboker vayachabosh et chamoro. He gets up early in the morning and he saddles his own donkey. And Rashi, the commentary, says, why was he doing this himself? He was a wealthy man. He probably had many servants. He could have had many horses and many means of achieving his objective. And yet, he himself saddles the donkey, because that is how keen, how passionate, how emotionally he involved is in hate that he wants to destroy the Jewish people. And Hashem transforms all of this passion and hate into good. And Rashi comments that Kvar Hayaba Olamim, that they were already once a similar event. It was Abraham Avinu. He got up early in the morning when Hashem said, take your son, your only son, and bring him to the place that I will tell you, and sacrificing him there. Bring him up there as a sacrifice. And Abraham gets up early in the morning and he saddles his own donkey. Exactly the same story, except he did it out of passion, out of love, out of devotion, out of commitment to Hashem. And it is Hashem that sees the transformation of the hate of Bilam into the love of Abraham Avinu. That both hate and love, passions and emotions, that don't allow us to do what would be the average and normal thing to do. So Hashem sees the Jewish people being able to transform what is the reality into a different reality because of the passion and the love of Abraham, which supersedes the passion and the hate of Bilam. And this is particularly connected to the Shabbat, because this is the Shabbat of Transformation, a date that we would be fasting. Because it's Shabbat, it's transformed and changed. What would have been a curse becomes a blessing. What would have been mourning becomes joy. That all of us recognize the power of a Jew to supersede and transform our circumstance through the emotion of passion and love and devotion to Hashem. And may Hashem bring about the rebuilding of this place where we have just the Western Wall and a remnant of the temple. This will be the place that the Beit HaMikdash HaShlishi, the third and final temple, will be rebuilt. With the coming of Mashiach, may it be speedily in our days. Have a beautiful Shabbos.